You're listening to this week's episode of the Vacation Rental Business in Today's World podcast. You're about to start transforming your business and life with the information found here. We interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in the vacation short-term rental industry and supporting businesses. The information found here is a combination of brain science, transformational thinking, safety and loss prevention, and vacation short-term rental knowledge and experiences, all rolled into one to help you and your business to achieve levels you never thought possible. I am glad you are here, and now please welcome your host, Eric Thibodeau.
Good morning. We're here with Moyira Rockman with Smiling House. Good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you. So where are you right now?
Actually, right now, I just been landing in Tel Aviv, Israel, about 2 days ago after a big and long trip in the Seychelles. So staying in the sun.
Wow. So how was the Seychelles?
Seychelles was amazing. Just a great destination. We've been developing this destination in the past months and also experiencing it ourselves as travelers, as digital nomads. Something that we're doing a lot this year. And Seychelles is wonderful. You know, what can get wrong with 24, always 24 degrees, always sun, coconut, when the coconut trees is the only thing that you should be aware of, not to park your car under in case one of them will just smash your car. This is the only worry, more or less, that you have in the Seychelles right now.
That's easily taken care of, and that means after that, no worries.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Great. So you've been traveling a lot, even with the COVID.
Yeah, with the COVID, and we have a family with 7 kids, so it's a big family to travel with.
Sure.
Yeah, and with COVID, actually, we've been, I think, traveling the most ever since we had this big family with us, and it was with it was not by coincidence that we chose to hit the road this year. We wanted to experience the new trends that people are about to discover in the coming years, of especially for digital nomads, for people that can work from anywhere, with the new idea of remote working. People actually not only traveling, but also experiencing new destination as a way of life. So we've been in kind of a journey to discover new destinations, develop it, and live in it, and try to see how we can get the best out of this situation. And I'm happy to say that there's different world out there, different countries acting differently, many places that where you can really still enjoy life and walk, without a mask, and discover the beauty of nature and so on. And we've been very, very lucky to be in many of these places this year.
Great. And you're doing this as you're preparing for your guests, and your business is what's your business?
So Smiling House, first of all, it's a network of 3,000 properties, 3,000 luxury properties worldwide. We right now already active in 28 different countries and more than 90 different destinations. We are representing homeowners and property managers that busy with the luxury accommodation or vacation rental. And we are you can say, of a platform of luxurious properties that making this kind of special connection between guests and homeowners wherever they are in the world, when the line that connect is always around the luxury idea. It doesn't matter if it's in Thailand, or is it in Geneva, or is it in Dubai. When people booking a luxury accommodation, they have certain standards and certain expectations. And we are there to make sure that that's what they get wherever they are in the world.
Very good. And I know a lot of people use luxury in their brand description of their properties, but yours are really ultra luxury.
Yes.
They're fantastic.
So the think of what is luxury is, the definition is not one. Some people think that it has to do with the luxurious, and very designed furnitures or very, very big house. But for me, luxury is wherever there's a great taste, wherever there's a place to enjoy with as many amenities as possible, private for yourself and for your beloved ones, and with a bigger group than just 2 or 3 people, of the people that you really want to experience a special experience together. So Smiling House, in that sense, find luxury also with special properties that can be close to nature. It can be chalet of 350 years old. It can be a castle. It can even be an agriculture place that give a unique hospitality, but with authenticity, with high standards, and normally big enough to have all the people that chose to be together and to experience it together. That's more or less the way we see luxury.
That's a very good description. And what's your role in the company, Moyira?
So I'm the founder. I founded Smiling House together with my husband about almost 5 years ago. And my role in the company, I'm the CMO. I'm developing the business and the marketing of the company. But in our company, and since we founded it, we having many different roles of designing and shaping the expectation of our guests. And this year, one of the things that we discovered with Corona is that there's a big trend coming our way, and that's the B2B. We find out that in the luxury accommodation, there is a place for the travel designers, for concierge companies, for different kind of travel partners to reach out. And since OTAs started about 10 years ago, this guy has been kicked out of the game. But when it's come to luxury, you always need that professional. And often kind of guests that we're dealing with are contacting these kind of professionals and asking for their advice and help with organizing such a unique or special or expensive trip. And therefore, we're now very much busy with launching a new tool in hospitality that connect travel partners and other partners in different industries into these unique properties of luxury accommodation that it's so much in need these days. It's really if the hospitality industry suffered so much this year, so Smiling House doubled itself and extended big time, because almost everyone that could afford it would like to spend a place with good air, somewhere with beautiful view, with their beloved ones around them, and for longer time as possible.
So your new marketing platform, so you're just pretty much doing direct bookings, or you've moved away from OTAs, or?
No, not at all. We are, let's say, combining our activity both in the OTA, within the OTA. We are also leading partners of Homes and Villas by Marriott. Our way of working, our strategy that fits the product that we're representing, the luxury product, is based 100% on request. We're not taking any instant bookings. That's to give the time both to the homeowner or the property manager and the client to have a long, deep conversation and communication that really very much needed in the product that we're representing and in the numbers that we're representing. And therefore, we are very much limited with the kind of OTAs we're working with. because most of them are based on the instant book. And that's why we developed actually Smiling House, which is a platform by itself that got all this direct booking and working with, as I mentioned before, also with many companies and professionals, both in the travel field, but also with the movie industry and media field, with incentive, with event planners and managers, and many other industries that seeking and looking for this kind of special houses as a solution for their need or for their clients' needs. So working with us, the one that joining our alliance of property property managers and homeowners in luxury, they actually enjoying the fact that we represent them in the OTAs and with direct booking in different platforms and of course our own.
Right. So basically guests are drawn to you for these special locations and luxury brands and so what really draws the guests to your properties?
So I guess that first of all is the uniqueness of the collection that we have. We have some properties that are somebody's third, fourth, or fifth home. So they are not designed as a vacation rental. They are real special homes with art, with special designs and with unique situated places and so on. So the uniqueness of the properties, I would say, it's the first thing. Second is the diversity. So when you can choose out of 28 different countries, the kind of guests that we meeting during a year time is also kind of diverse, but some of them you can call them jet setters, and they are traveling as a way of life. So rather than a normal person who travel in normal year once a year or twice a year, this kind of people are traveling between 12 and 15 times a year and to certain destinations. It's part of their lifestyle. It's part of where they have to be. So we are there to answer their need. But it's not only the jet setters. We have big families who are traveling together, 3 generations. And we have now all this new, the people that get paid, CEOs, whatever, from different companies, that right now it doesn't matter if they sitting in their apartments in Milan, or they are sitting and enjoying the views of the ski in Gstaad in Switzerland and going to ski because it's open and it's and the accommodation is paid by their company anyway, and they can work from anywhere. So this kind of a new mindset opens so much more opportunities for many people to travel and to live for longer time. We can see more seasonal requests, like 2-3 months requests for many destinations that we are busy with.
I agree. I think this is definitely something trending now and continuing into 2021. We will see more people doing exactly what you're saying, traveling, working from remote locations, and still providing the benefit for their business and family both at the same time.
And they will most likely will also stay longer. We're not discussing anymore like 2 days or 4 days. We're talking about weeks, and it's also require all kind of adjustment from our side and from the homeowner side and from the people who are listening now to this interview. If you want to get this part of the cake, to be in the trend, you have to make sure that you give a room that will be dedicated for work with a strong internet and a comfortable maybe working space, and not only a place. We're not talking only about beds anymore that can fit as many people as possible in the property, but more think about people that would like to stay longer and to feel at home. With everything that means to feel at home. So all the little amenities in the kitchen, but that fits for somebody that's really cooking there and really living there. It's important.
Exactly. So I feel really passionate about safety in the vacation rental industry. So, how and what are you doing to manage the safety of the property and the guests that are coming in?
So, because we are busy with these high-end villas and chalets, etc., the standard of safety and cleanliness is the highest to begin with. With no connection to the times where we're living, that when it's even more important. From our side, we are making sure, first of all, to have a great company that we connected to that gives kinds of certificate of that promise that there will be no frauds, that the property that they're booking with Smiling House is a real property, because there's a lot of frauds in the luxury vacation rental.
Yes.
People trying to do that. From the other hand, for the personal safety of the guest that want to be sure that the place is clean and high standards. Well, of course, it's in the level of the standards of the hospitality that we having forever and ever, and it's the level of the houses. But in today's world, we're trying to make more adjustment to, for example, to do a self check-in, and people will be able to send us a list of things that they want, that will wait for them in the house. If it's a shopping list, and we will fill up the fridge. If it's ski equipment, they will give us their ski size of the equipment, and we'll make sure that you'll be waiting for them. Anything that will make them feel ready to enjoy with as less contact, or a must-have contact as possible, as they require. For some people that ask for it, we can offer, of course, properties that nobody been there. There's a gap of 48 hours. People feeling even more comfortable about that. So all in all, we trying to be flexible, but I must say we didn't have to do a lot of adjustment in our section of the hospitality to fit for today's needs.
That's great. Yeah. So how do you find the vacation rental business more competitive in the areas you're operating, or is the level of properties you're managing, it's not as competitive?
I feel that it's less competitive because from natural reasons, the properties that we are representing are in destination. Most of the destinations that considered to be high-end luxury destinations are seasonal destinations. They are all around winter or around summer, and these houses are not meant to be 95% book. They are expensive in some of the cases, but they happy to be open to the right client. So means that it's not that you have $20,000 or $30,000 that you can book a place necessarily. It's not only about the money. There's no instant book. We need to know who you are,
right?
And you need to know who we are, or what is the property, what is it like, and it to fit your needs. So in the end of the day, it's not as competitive as an apartment in Paris or London or New York, where everybody is like using the pricing tools, and sometimes it's a difference of $5 or $10 where somebody take a decision. Here it's the opposite. People take the decision upon how comfortable they feel in the communication, how trustful they feel, how much concierge services we are able to give for their special needs, and to create a really tailor-made product that will be exactly what they had in mind. So in the end of the day, I feel that it's less competitive, and I feel that homeowners and property managers are also more easily to share their contact, their data with others, to bring the right clientele. That's what's really important.
So pricing tools, you're not really using pricing tools. You're using personal service and personal contact and the brand, what you deliver.
Yes, that's right. We've been trying. We are friend in the industry with all the different companies, the great tech companies who's offering really this kind of great intelligence that predicting the right pricing tools. But we have one chalet that will go for $20,000 a week, and one next to it that will go for 80. And if you ask me why, it's just because the homeowners believe that that's what it's worth. And if you want it, you get it, and if not, then it's okay also. So no pricing tool can estimate the difference. They are in the same location, they have more or less the same views. So the difference can be so much. So it's such a huge difference in the design, in the amenities, not necessarily about the amount of people that can fit in. So we have to follow the request of the homeowners and change of the need. And of course, we cannot compare ourselves so much to the hotel industry. So but we see more and more requests coming from potential hotel guests, and that's why we are, as I mentioned before, that's why we're working also with Marriott Homes and Villas that chose our company to present the layer of luxury and ultra luxury for their Bonvoy club, for their members. And this is another thing that by working with Smiling House, by joining Smiling House, the property manager or the homeowners getting this exposure in all ways, in all the ways that where we are active.
So what do you see for 2021? Booking, reservations, business climate doing well, or is it?
Yes, I see it doing very well. I see that in our part of the industry, if it was booming while the world was in a mess and people had only months of cancellation ahead of them. So I believe that 2021 will be even more booming because we can see, and especially with this new tool of Villa Tracker, the new tool that we develop in our company, where we are signing up companies that can offer our chalets and villas with their own brand and to their client. We see a big year ahead of us, and I think more and more people would like to have this kind of a private accommodation, even after COVID will not be such a threat. It's becoming a little bit more of way of thinking, way of life.
Yeah. I was going to ask you what makes your brand limited edition, but I think this whole conversation explains why your brand is limited edition. I mean, you provide great service. I think kind of sums it up.
We love. Yeah, we love hospitality. The story of Smiling House is starting with the fact that we start to host in our own very old chalet that we had as a farmhouse for many years. It was very old, over 300 years old, and we kind of renovated a little bit, and then a friend came and say, why don't you put it on Airbnb and offer it? And we fell in love with the idea. And we did it for a few years as a hobby. And we met the most amazing people from all around the world that wanted to come and experience the real authentic Heidi Chalet in Switzerland, in the way it was exactly 300 years ago, with today a little bit more comfort. And we developed, Ira and me, we developed Smiling House from a passion to hospitality. And I think there's so much beauty in it. And I can tell you with big smile that our partners, we call it partners. We call the homeowners and property managers working with us, we call them our partners because we actually hosting together. We're taking the first part of the journey of be in touch with the client and explain and communicate. And we're doing it in 9 different languages, all the European languages as well. And then we need the real host the owner or the property manager to deliver the not less important part of the deal, which is the experience itself. If you're going to Mykonos, you don't want to meet a Swiss lady. You want to meet Stergos or Yorgos, and somebody that will make sure that in the evening you will get also the fish that he bought in the market today. And that's why I think that this is part of Smiling House success, that we are hosting together with so many great, passionate property managers and homeowners like ourselves in the world.
It's great. So, Moyira, as we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to cover that I didn't ask you about, or?
I think we are ahead of exciting times in the vacation rental industry. I want to give a tip to everybody that listened to this interview to adjust, don't compare backwards. It's a new world. It's a new opportunity that all of us have. I think that it's time also to join with others in the industry, work as much together so we can be stronger. And one day somebody is bringing you a lead and the other way around. So it's a bit pity that everybody works so much alone. Of course, if there's anybody that listened to this interview and would like to join Smiling House, wherever you are in the world, you're very, very welcome. You can find me under Moyira Rockman in LinkedIn, Smiling House, of course, smilinghouse.ch. And I believe that we're going to face a new era in hospitality. We're going to become more professional, and we have to deliver this unique thing that everybody wants, not only as a business, but first to do it as a heart.
Right, that's well said. I agree with everything you mentioned in the closing statement. And one of the reasons I'm hosting this summit is to do exactly one of the things you mentioned, is to bring the vacation rental industry together, to work more as one, wherever we're at in the world, Europe or in the US or international. That's one of my objectives and one of the things I'm really wanting us to start working more towards. And I really appreciate your time.
And I appreciate yours. And thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And have a great day.
You too.
Thank you for listening to Safer VR's podcast with Eric Thibodeau. If you enjoy this, I would love you to join my Facebook group, The Safer Vacation Rentals, for more of the same. You can also join our email list at www.safervrs.com.